What up, WeHo? This month, some WeHoans hit up the desert for Burning Man, and we have some actual footage of this year's burn. Hey, joke all you want, but these burners know how to survive outside of civilization, which may be a useful skill in light of this.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Spin the wheel, Raggedy Man, and welcome to WeHoTV News. Happy August, West Hollywood! I'm Mike Siriaco, and I'm bringing you everything you need to know about WeHo, courtesy of the city of West Hollywood. A lot has happened since we last keyed, so we're going to bring you up to speed with the WeHo wind-up. Let's put 30 seconds on the clock. The city of West Hollywood took a page out of the Justice League playbook when residents and law enforcement groups united against crime for National Night Out. Human pinky ring Anthony the Mooch Scaramucci became the newest White House communications director. For like 5 seconds. Double your pleasure, double your weird, cause queer DTLA party, Queen Kong, celebrated its 2nd anniversary. North America was treated to a game of planetary peekaboo when we witnessed a total solar eclipse, and the women of WeHo celebrated the 19th Amendment on Women's Equality Day. Although they didn't get the chance to vote in the first female president during the last election, there's always 2020. Now, I don't have a bra to burn, but I do have these news briefs. On August 1st, the West Hollywood Women's Book Club met to discuss The Japanese Lover by Isabel Allende. Although for me, there's only one Japanese lover. He's tall, he's passionate, and he don't take no crap from Mothra. That's right, I love me some Godzilla. Konnichiwa, big guy. Mwah! The West Hollywood Library hosted a screening of Citizen Kane on August 4th. If you missed this 1941 film, let me catch you up. Spoiler alert, Rosebud was his childhood sled. Also, more spoilers, Kaiser Soze was Kevin Spacey, Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father, and Girls Trip was terrible. This month, the city of West Hollywood continued its series of Go Solar Sunshine pop-ups, which educated local property owners on solar options. Solar power is affordable, renewable, and reduces our carbon footprint, which benefits everyone. Well, almost everyone. On August 5th, the City of West Hollywood's WeHo Arts program and the Rogue Artists Ensemble presented a reading of Cowboy Electra, which combined the classic Greek tragedy with elements of the Wild West. It was the best genre crossover since Brokeback Oedipus. Who would have guessed Jake Gyllenhaal was actually Heath Ledger's mother? The City of West Hollywood, through its Russian Advisory Board, presented the Celeste Piano Duo, comprised a husband and wife team of Anna and Dmitry Celeste. The Celeste follow in the time-honored tradition of entertainment couples, which include Fontaine and Lunt, Sonny and Cher, and Franco and Rogan. Well, it looks like our boys are beginning to bunch up, so let's get out of these news briefs. On August 1st, hundreds of WeHoans gathered in a show of unity against crime when the city of West Hollywood celebrated the annual National Night Out. But you never know when a criminal will strike, so here are some safety tips that will prevent you from becoming a victim. Presented by some of WeHo's favorite crime fighters. Stay alert. It's easy to become complacent. Always remember that you can become a victim anytime or anywhere. Show confidence. Carry yourself with an air of confidence. This tells the criminal that you are not an easy target.
My spidey senses are tingling.
Trust your instincts. Intuition can be one of your best allies in self-protection. Trust your feelings. They're seldom wrong.
Logan.
Don't walk alone. At night, avoid walking alone and keep an arm's length away from strangers. Wallace. Avoid dark alleys. At night, stay away from vacant lots and alleys. And look out for anyone hanging around your path. For more safety suggestions, hit up the website below. If you keep these crime-fighting tips in mind, West Hollywood will continue to feel less like gritty Gotham and more like magnificent metropolis. Another way to increase your safety at night is to utilize the City of West Hollywood's free public ride program. To show you firsthand how it works, we go now to Nick Catelli as he cruises Santa Monica Boulevard on the Pickup.
In the city of West Hollywood, nightlife is essential because, well, let's face it, if you don't have an exciting nightlife, it's probably a boring place. But at the end of an exciting night, we're always faced with that one task of getting home safe. Now, you could use an app and get a ride, but, you know, that comes with a price and usually the life story of a driver. But the city of West Hollywood in 2013 created a trolley that gets you a little bit closer to home for a little bit of $0. I'm Nick Catelli for WeHoTV News, and this is the WeHo Pickup. Now, one of the good things and the benefits of riding the trolley is you get ba-boom! This guy, a WeHo pickup car that offers a lot of benefits and discounts all up and down Santa Monica, from 10% off at the yogurt shop, you can get priority entry at the Abbey, all sorts of benefits. So if you ride the trolley, you get to pick one of these up and you get free drinks, tons of benefits, and tons of savings. I don't understand how that is not a good offer.
Everyone's on the trolley.
I'm here with the Billy Francesca, big celebrity in West Hollywood. Billy, how's it going?
I'm doing well. Thank you for the celebrity shout out, though it's not true.
And you're looking fantastic. I feel like I'm underdressed to be on the trolley right now. I'm like super underdressed.
You don't want to be in a corset. It's a steel bone corset. It's not as comfortable as you'd think.
Ride the trolley!
If you're drinking it all, don't be stupid. Take the trolley.
Take the trolley.
I mean, which is such a wonderful program the city implemented for kids to use it and go to, like, they can go have fun and not worry about it. This is like a fun trolley. It's like they gave us a magical little, trolley bus.
Yeah.
That's why I keep thinking clang, 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 went the
trolley. Now, is there anything like, do you think, like on the trolley, like they should add to the trolley?
A disco ball.
A disco ball. And it has a really good like walkway, because I feel like if I was entering on the trolley, like I'd have to have a good entrance walk.
You have to do like a runway walk. And we're walking, and we're walking.
Because there's 3 trolleys in operation.
There's not only one?
No, there's 3 of them.
We're a 3-trolley system? We are living in a miracle world. I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Welcome to America.
Wow, we're doing great. A trolley lover. You're a trolley lover.
I love the WeHo trolley. My mom is going to be here in like a second. My mom and my little brother are about to walk up to here.
Wait, are you going to take them on the trolley too?
Yeah. Ride the trolley.
Ride the trolley.
It's free. It's
My
free.
husband's here. Hold on. I mean, you know what it is? It's a free service. So
Yeah.
people are like, wait, what? It doesn't cost, because obviously Uber and Lyft cost money and buses cost money. So it's like, hop on the trolley, come into WeHo. It's like, really? I mean, that's amazing.
No drinking and driving,
Thank you.
and use the trolley. It's
trolley.
located on Crescent Heights and Santa Monica Boulevard.
You are on it. You use the trolley. You've taken it.
I've taken it once, and best music ever, and just take it.
If you were the DJ on the trolley, like how would you be like, wicka, 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 troll? Like you do like the robot?
No.
Be like, troll?
No.
Definitely not. No.
Oh! You wouldn't do it? How would you do it? You wouldn't do it like that?
No, I wouldn't do it like that. Stay safe and go on the trolley.
Take the trolley.
Take the
Thank
trolley.
you.
I just want to say thank you to the WeHo Pickup. And again, remember the pickup runs on Fridays and Saturdays. It starts at 8 p.m. and it runs all the way to 3 a.m. And then on Sundays, it's a fun day brunch day. It starts at 2 p.m. and runs all the way to 10 p.m. So again, I'm Nick Catelli for WeHoTV News. And this was the WeHo Pickup. Clang, 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 at the trolley. Woo! Ding, 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 goes the bell. Ooh, ah! Something, something, something. I don't know the song, but ride the West Hollywood trolley.
As you may have noticed in West Hollywood, women come in all ages, colors, and shoe sizes. But all are equally fierce and fabulous. We go now to WeHoTV's resident fierce female, Asher Rodriguez, at Women's Equality Day.
Thanks, Mike. Here in the city of West Hollywood, we're marking Women's Equality Day by commemorating the ratification of the 19th Amendment and highlighting the fight that still wages on. This year's annual event included an evening of discussion on the Equal Rights Amendment and a screening of the award-winning documentary film, Equal Means Equal, directed by Kamala Lopez. Over the last century, women have made great strides towards equality. However, your film highlights that the fight still wages on. Were there certain experiences that you witnessed or that compelled you to create this documentary?
Well, I created this documentary because I was looking for this documentary and I couldn't find it. And I didn't really understand how it could be that women still didn't have equal rights in the Constitution. I see the women's movement today as bringing together and being a part of this greater movement that we're seeing across the country. Whether it's Occupy Wall Street or Black Lives Matter, the LGBT, the transgender movement, without the ERA, we will fix nothing. I raise up my voice, not so I can shout, but so that those without a voice can be heard. We cannot succeed when half of us are held back. Malala Yousafzai.
The Equal Rights Amendment was first proposed by Alice Paul and Crystal Eastman in 1923. The ERA was designed to guarantee equal rights for all citizens, regardless of sex.
It took me quite a long time to develop a voice, and now that I have it, I am not going to be silent. Madeleine Albright. Yeah, films like Equal Means Equal are incredibly important for awareness. I was unaware. I was part of the 96% that didn't know that the Equal Rights Amendment hadn't been ratified. I recognize it's been passed, but not ratified, and those are two very different things now. I'm more educated, and that's a feminist who cares about these issues, is walking around in the world not knowing that. So it's incredibly important that these films are out in the world educating, inspiring, and letting people know that they need to take action. The film brought up so many really difficult topics, from sex trafficking to reproductive rights to, pregnancy for women, you name it. The Equal Rights Amendment would impact and influence every issue imaginable that affects women. So it really starts with that. And then hopefully that'll trickle down into so many other issues that men and women face in the world.
I believe that the rights of women and girls is the unfinished business of the 21st century. Hillary Clinton. Reporting from West Hollywood City Council chambers, this is Asher Rodriguez for WeHoTV News.
And now the tale of Gogolox and the three bears. Never too small, never too extra, always just right. 'Cause WeHo, you were born this way. And if you don't want to miss out on our next live concert, be sure to follow us at WeHo City. WeHoans love rocking out. That's why from July 9th to September 10th, the City of West Hollywood offers a series of free outdoor live concerts in our parks. These events are family friendly, so grab your kids, grab your Meemaw, and definitely grab a Yogi Bear caliber picnic basket, because if music be the food of love, let's eat. Now feast your earbuds on these summer sounds.
Here we go!
And now, an excerpt from I Sing the Body West Hollywood, a collaboration between our city's current poet laureate, Kim Dower, and the citizens of West Hollywood. I sing the body West Hollywood, where I met my moonlight, my calm, waiting for me here all along, waltzing the boulevard lined with fierce boys, transgender trailblazers, warrior women, rainbow logos on cop cars, sun glowing through the canyons, hugging the curves of Route 66, all before breakfast. West Hollywood, you count the beats of my heart. And for more artistic events, be sure to follow us at WeHo City.
Not all West Hollywood art is auditory. Many works, like those of Ramiro Gomez and David Feldman, are visually striking. For more on both these artists, we go now to Eddie Robinson at the In West Hollywood exhibit opening reception.
I'm Eddie Robinson, and this is WeHoTV News. West Hollywood is a place to see and be seen. Visibility is key, and nothing captures the significance of that truth quite like the work of Ramiro Gomez and David Feldman. To kick off the city of West Hollywood's celebration of the Getty's Pacific Standard Time, Latin America, and Latino art in LA, the city of West Hollywood recently hosted In West Hollywood, works by Ramiro Gomez and David Feldman. Like many who work in the arts, Ramiro Gomez has had his share of day jobs prior to the launch of his successful career as an artist. One of these positions was working as a private nanny in wealthy homes where his presence and that of other domestic laborers was always implied, but rarely seen or acknowledged.
We see it every day. You're in the city, you're walking around the library, you're walking around the neighborhood, and you'll encounter people gardening in front of homes, nannies walking with children that are a different skin color as themselves. You see it, but you don't think about it. It's just, you take it as is. And for me as an artist, it's very important to put your focus back on that and contemplate it.
Photographer and filmmaker David Feldman, who has chronicled the work of Gomez through photography and film, spoke about adding the moving image to Gomez's work.
I've worked in scripted TV for a little over 15 years now. And working in Hollywood, I gained a certain amount of knowledge and understanding of the process and artistic process. And again, I wanted to apply what I'd learned and my knowledge towards Ramiro and his work and expanding that work to another level. We screened the film at film festivals around the country. People came up to me and said, when my grandfather came from Germany or Italy and worked hard, and they made the connection, they saw the commonality between their roots, their generational roots, and the people that Ramiro is painting and representing. And to me, that is like the ultimate goal, is to bring that insight, that awareness to people, and as well as the empathy and humanity.
Those in attendance also shared how the work of Gomez and Feldman puts the California lifestyle, and ultimately the lives of all Californians, in a different type of relief.
Invisibility is a large theme, recognition, and appreciation for the work that people do and the acknowledgement that they're part of the community and part of our lives as well.
For more information on events coming from the City of West Hollywood's WeHo Arts program, visit weho.org/arts. I'm Eddie Robinson, WeHoTV News.
The City of West Hollywood proudly values the courage of its community. Whether it's a transgender person bravely transitioning, or a member of the military staunchly risking his or her life defending our country. Unfortunately, this level of respect isn't shared by the man who currently sits in the Oval Office.
This Wednesday, the president announced via Twitter that after consulting with generals and military experts, the United States government will no longer be accepting or allowing transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military. The commander-in-chief went on to say that the U.S. military must be focused on decisive and overwhelming victory and cannot be burdened with the tremendous medical costs and disruptions that transgenders in the military would necessarily entail.
That's a lot of chest thumping for a man who avoided serving in Vietnam by claiming to have bone spurs. If implemented, this trans ban would affect the lives of over 15,000 Americans currently serving in the military. In order to better understand the ramifications of Trump's tweet storm, we met with Lieutenant Taylor Miller, the first openly transitioning member of the United States Coast Guard, at West Hollywood's Sal Guariello Veterans Memorial. For those of you whose knowledge of the Coast Guard stops at Ashton Kutcher's performance in The Guardian, this branch of the military is in charge of search and rescue missions and assuring safety along our country's coastline, which is especially important in a state like California, which has a prominent shoreline as well as numerous coastal assets.
There are more volumes of cargo and more ships that come in here than anywhere else in the country. So I think it's extremely important for us to be doing our jobs and to maintaining safety and security among this coastline. Because if we weren't here, there's a big terror threat. There are potentials of Exxon Valdez happening all over again. So it's extremely important for us to keep the environment and the public safe.
And while Lieutenant Miller and her Coast Guard colleagues strive to keep others safe, the Coast Guard also provided a sense of safety for this Texas native.
When I got to the Coast Guard Academy, right out of high school, it finally left the small town in Texas. I was actually surrounded by people who've been exposed to things and who are open to all sorts of stuff, and it's crazy, right? Like, you go to a military school and that's where you have the most openness and inclusive environment. So I actually kind of figured out that I was trans at the academy, which is just mind-blowing to me, at a military school.
Nearly a decade after this epiphany, Lieutenant Miller is in the midst of transitioning, a process that involves hormone treatment, electrolysis, and if all goes according to plan, surgery is scheduled for next year. One of Trump's criticism of trans military members is the alleged tremendous medical costs. But according to financial media outlet Bloomberg, quote, care for transgender people in the military would add $8.4 million to the total medical costs of all active duty service members, amounting to about 0.0014% of Trump's total defense budget proposal. Or to put it another way, if each trip to Mar-a-Lago is estimated to cost $3.6 million, then it would cost less than the price tag of 3 golf weekends. And while this is a drop in the bucket for the US budget, it's a massive burden for trans individuals who have to front the cost.
Before I started my transition, everything was out of pocket for about 18 months before the policy finally changed in June of 2016, or July. But before that, I had to pay for doctor's visits, for blood work, all of which without insurance is like crazy expensive. I think the thing that's cost the most for me, though, is actually hair removal, which the military still doesn't cover. So they see that as a cosmetic procedure to remove facial hair for trans women, which is ironic because there's a way to have genetic, females biologically born at birth as female. There's a diagnosis called hirsutism where they are able to get treated for hair removal. So it's interesting if you ask me. But
if Donald Trump were here right now, what would you like to say to him?
I would like to just stand up and invite him on a day in my life, invite him to an oil tanker and have him tell me after that inspection that I'm not good enough and I'm not worthy to serve. I'd like him to actually see what I do and see how good I am at my job and then judge me on my ability to serve, not just from not knowing anything about me and seeing me as a number on a piece of paper.
That's right, Trump. Because Lieutenant Miller and her trans military colleagues who put themselves in danger to keep the rest of us safe aren't burdens. A burden is an angry and intolerant president who unleashes a barrage of scapegoating tweets at 3 a.m. Lieutenant Miller and her colleagues are courageous. Maybe they should be the ones sitting in the Oval Office. Today's forecast calls for sunny with a chance of puppies. In West Hollywood, dogs are as welcome as the bears, otters, and gym bunnies that inhabit our city. That's why we encourage you to participate in events like our low-cost pet vaccination and microchip clinic. Vaccinations can effectively prevent potentially serious canine disease like distemper, rabies, and hepatitis. Not only can regular vaccinations protect your pet's health, but your family's health as well, since some diseases can be passed along to humans. And nobody likes feeling as sick as a dog. And for more pet-friendly events, be sure to follow us at WeHoCity. Before we go, we'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the tragedy that occurred on August 12th in Charlottesville, Virginia, where a protest of a white supremacist rally resulted in violence, specifically when a white nationalist rammed his car into a crowd of protesters, killing a 32-year-old woman and injuring at least 19 others. This violence and bigotry is anathema to the ideals of the city of West Hollywood, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims and their families. And even though we're on the other side of the country, WeHoans can help by participating in peaceful counter-protests here in Los Angeles and donating to organizations that legally combat discrimination. There may not be many sides, but there are 2 sides, and one of those sides is full of Nazis. If I've learned anything from the Indiana Jones movies, Nazis are always on the bad side. I'm on the other side. We'll be back in September with more news, noise, and nonsense. Until then, keep it cute, WeHo.